All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with GEC NASCAR out here for the THDesigns Cup Series. Second to the last race of the season. This is going to be playoff race number 4 at Michigan for the MADD Drive to Zero 300. Thank you all for being here. As always, your host, Jamie G, and we got Lee Kiernan up in the booth, as always. Kiernan, how we doing?
Hey there, Jamie. Doing great tonight. The Big D, the big home of the Big Three. So looking forward to some really quick action here. I do realize that this Michigan is outside of the super speedways, the quickest track on the NASCAR circuit. So it's a little warm today. It'll be interesting to see how quick these guys can go.
Well, and it is, like you said, as close as you can get to a plate track. It is a 2-mile track. Obviously slowing down a little bit for those corners, but man, it's really going to be all out for the backstretch and the front stretch. A lot of real close racing, as we've seen on Tuesday with the Truck Series. We could possibly see some great racing out here tonight. Michigan, one of my favorite tracks in the world. I love being out there. Super fun to be out there and just putting it all on the line. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of competition today.
Yeah, Jamie, it's really a really good chance for everyone to show off their skills. We've got some really talented guys in this Cup field. The trucks on Tuesday night had a great session. Not too many yellow flags, and really some great racing, especially in mid-pack. Really, actually excited to see these go side by side and get the runs off the top and see how they handle that.
Well, and as we've seen before here at Michigan, I mean, there is a lot, like you said, a lot of talent out there that we're going to be running side by side, but we could possibly see some incidents out here. Truck race on Tuesday only had about, 5 cautions, so hopefully these guys can pull it out. Let's see if we can get nothing but green flags tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, man, that'd be nice. Two caution spots. The exit of 2, and usually not because the back end steps out, but usually because the guys on the top get such a good run and somebody's gone underneath them to put a little bit of a slide job on them. So that's one caution area, and the second caution area is everyone trying to get as much as they can on the exit of 4. So they'll be the areas that will be the most interesting. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, as we take a look at about a little bit of information of the track, like we were saying, it is a 2-mile track. This is one of the longer tracks for the NASCAR circuit. Super awesome track. We do have 150 laps tonight, which is 300 miles. Michigan International Speedway is a super iconic track for NASCAR. It looks like today it is about 79 degrees ambient temperature, so that's not too terrible, but it is going to be 81% moisture, partly cloudy with 15-mile-an-hour winds. Now, that could factor into the cars getting a little bit loose, but I think they're going to be able to maintain a decent amount of grip tonight.
Yeah, this place is 73 to 75 feet wide. 206 miles per hour back in 2004 by Jeff Gordon is the fastest qualifying lap here. With this extra speed, this extra temperature, it might be a little bit looser out there than what we first thought. So interesting.
Well, it looks like at the top of the list right now for practice, we got Jacob Malone in that number 60. He's going to be pushing out right now at 37.44. But Barrow in that number 4 is right behind him, 2-time champion here at GEC. Hopefully he's looking to pull out his first win of the season tonight with a 37.54. R Lane in 3rd place there for the practice. And then you got the 35 of Jason McCabe. He is going to be in 4th. Chris Campbell in 5th. And Josh McCabe is going to be in 6th place. So I am super excited to see what these guys pull out of their sleeves. I mean, you never know from the practice of who was actually going to take it home. So a lot of times they're super close. It looks like we're about to break into qualifying right now, Kiernan.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's interesting. Malone. How unusual to see Malone at the top of the charts again. But Burrow right up there too. It's interesting. You have to get everything just right to do a good quali here. Is that what you found, Jamie? To get a good qualifying out of this place?
Yeah, me personally, I don't qualify here very well, but I do race here very well. I took a second place on Tuesday, so that was really exciting. But I actually qualified all the way in the back. So asking me that kind of advice probably isn't the best. You qualified better than I did.
Yeah, I got lucky. I got a pole. You just have to be really think in advance, because you are going so quick at this circuit that the corners come up so quick. So you need to think in advance and be really gentle with the wheel. Of course, you finished up front and I didn't finish up front. So I think your game plan was a lot better than mine.
Well, there was a couple incidents that you were involved in, unfortunately, that took you to the back. But, you had a really fast time in qualify. You were up front for quite a while. Just that outside wall looked like it wasn't your friend on Tuesday. But
no, it wasn't. Porta Potty Solutions. Let's watch Goldman go round. Hopefully he can do a quick lap here. Gotta love that sponsor.
Well, and as these guys come out for qualifying, this is going to give us a little bit more of a show of who has that faster time with no interference. Some of those practice times can be interfered with, drafting with other drivers and that kind of thing. But this is really going to show who has that faster line. But is that faster line really ultimately going to give you what you need to keep them tires on all night long? And I don't think it is. Racing that faster line, to me, has never been the option.
Yeah, it's really weird. Obviously, coming out of 4 with, and I'm sitting on board here with Malone right now. Coming out of 4, you stay as tight as you can, but here in the Cup cars, I just see them quite out of shape.
Oh, Malone just clipped the wall coming out of 4. You seen that?
Yeah, he was far too wide, and that's what happens sometimes if you don't have enough heat in your fronts to pull yourself around there.
Well, it didn't look like he made it to the finish line, so he might go back out there and try it one more time. Let's go ahead and ride around with Barrow real quick and see what he's got going on. Looks like Barrow's wrapping that bottom line, actually.
It's really quick here, but you have to have enough heat in your fronts, otherwise she just starts to drift on you. And once it starts drifting, you start to lose speed.
Well, it looks like this will be Barrow's final lap out there. It looks like a few of them are already off the track. Our Lane taking the pole spot, one of our rookies this season, doing amazingly well in that number 87, putting on a heck of a show every week he comes out. Super fast guy.
You bring up a good point. Just because you can qualify well here doesn't mean that you'll race well here, because the lines are so different. So, yeah. Yeah, Malone's second there at the moment.
Well, it looks like all the rest of these guys are starting to come off the track. McCabe's still out there. Bruce, both McCabe's actually are still out there. Birkmeyer, Haynes, Marion, those guys are still completing those laps. They are running out of time, about another 60 seconds left.
That's a great time by Lane. Good job, man.
Yeah, he's a super fast guy. Been here all season. First season with GEC. Definitely an up front runner. He has been putting on a show all season. So really excited to see what he can do tonight.
Yeah, it's great to see people like that, earn the respect of the other drivers around them, and now just turning it on, and future looks bright for Lane.
Looks like only a couple drivers still left out there. Looks like that's going to be Josh McCabe, Darren Bruce, and Marion. Those IT and out vehicles are looking sharp tonight. Got that veteran paint job on those things tonight. Looks really good.
Yeah, that's a really nice nod to Veterans Day.
Yeah, well, the truck series fell on Veterans Day, so we got to race out there with some pretty cool paint jobs, and it looks like we have a couple more just showing off out there, so really excited to see those guys as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead, as always, and kick it off with our national anthem, and we'll be right back with GEC eNASCAR.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Looks like our drivers are just now starting to get off of pit lane. Jacob Malone up front with our lane. Those guys are going to lead us off. Let's go ahead and take a look at our grid. Row 1, it's going to be our lane and Jacob Malone. Row 2, Michael Boone and Wesley Lynch. Row 3, Joseph Barrow and Sprouse. Row 4, Hunter Birkmeyer and Kenneth Gallman. Row 5, Justin Harris and Marion. Row 6, Chris Campbell and Reggie Jug Evans Jr. Row 7, McCabe. That is going to be Josh McCabe. Oh, and row 8 is 15. Is going to be, oh man, these are going quick. Row 9, Shane Cochran and Logan Wilson. Row 10, Dustin Haynes and Michael Menchaca. Row 11, Darren Bruce and Justin Openchowski. And row 12 will be Caleb Ellswick starting in the back. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it. Pace cars off the track. Green flag. It's going to be real interesting to see how these guys actually manage those side-by-sides. My apologies to anybody that I did miss on that rolling grid. I was just trying to not mess anybody's name up, and I missed a couple of them. So sorry about that. But we are green flag out here. 60 now taking the lead away from our lane in that 87. Wesley Lynch charging forward. He's going to be right on the back of that number 87. Ooh, our lane charging forward. Have to check up for the number 60. 60 not doing anything wrong there, it didn't look like, but our lane shot that corner really, really hard. Lane doesn't want to try to push too hard because if he does, those tires are going to start to fall off quickly.
Everyone's showing each other a lot of respect at the moment. I do, just as I say that, they go 3 wide into turn 1 with Burrow in the middle. He backs out of it a little bit.
Big checkup with Barrow, yeah,
and we've got somebody that's gone around. One of the lead cars, I think it could be.
That is our lane.
Could be Lynch. A lane, is it? Okay.
Yeah, let's go take a look. Looks like they were about to push 3 wide. 33 of Wesley Lynch and the 15 of Boone with Lane. Boone coming up and tapping Lane coming out. That's going to send Lane completely around. Well, I'm sort of glad Lane looks like he was able to recover that. Yeah, barely any contact with that inside wall right there for the number 87. Doesn't look like he took a whole lot of damage, but that is going to be our first MADD caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen. That is definitely going to shuffle things up a little bit. That's going to bring one of our leaders all the way to the back, and that is going to be our pole sitter, which our lane unfortunately got tipped by Boone. Boone in that number 15, having a great season as well. Just really unfortunate coming out of that 1 and 2. That was 1 and 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was coming out of 2. Yep. You know that I got a little bit of damage in there, and I didn't think it was much damage in the truck race, and it was more damage than I thought. And also, my truck didn't handle properly until I used my fast repair. So I don't know whether it's got something to do with the speed or anything like that, because you hit that wall a little harder than you think. It is a safer barrier, so there's a little bit more compression in there. Don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I see somebody dive into the pits here.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of people going into the pits.
Yeah, one of them's Boone, and I think he'll probably get an EOL if he claims that. But a few others as well.
Yeah, it looks like Boone, McCabe, that's
Cochran.
Jason McCabe, Cochran, Burkmeyer, Evans, both McCabes, Wilson, Bruce. Holy crap. I wasn't expecting that many people to pit right away.
I wasn't either, but I'm going to keep a closer look on Cochran today and just see what his game plan is, because he's pretty cagey. Talking about that, Jamie, we haven't.
Yeah, I was just about to say
yet.
that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and start off with our favorite segment of Who's Your Pick? Hey, you got me last time. I'm going to get you this time. Who's your pick?
Oh, it's really tough. There's a couple of guys that I really think could give Malone a run for his money here today. I'd like to think Lynch would be one of them, but I'm going to go with his teammate Goldman. Haven't gone for him for a bit, so I think Goldman could be up there today. I think Burrow as well. I think the Skidmark guys will have a really strong race here today, but I'm going to go for Goldman today. How about you, Jamie?
Yeah, so I was thinking about it as we were coming into the pre-race. In all honesty, there's a lot of really great drivers out there. Lynch is a good pick. Obviously, Malone's a given. But really, honestly, I'm going to have to go with the hot sauce, the Texas Pete hot sauce tonight of Jay Marion.
Okay, that's an awesome pick, because I love that paint job.
I do too. Yeah, we talked about it last Thursday. He's coming out with the same paint job. It looks really, really good.
Even off comms, we were talking about it.
I know. Well, and again, those IT and out drivers all matching paint jobs tonight. Just amazing tribute to Veterans Day and all of our veterans. And thank you to all of you that have served our country. We appreciate every single one of you here at GEC NASCAR. All right, looks like they're already going back double file. Wesley Lynch hanging back a little bit. Those lines are going to have to tighten up if they're going to want a good restart. But it looks like Malone and Lynch starting on those front lanes. It's going to be Malone, Lynch, Sprouse, Gallman, Marion, Harris, Barrow, Elliott, Ellswick, and Opinchowski for our top 10.
That's a pretty quick outside lane that I'm seeing there, with Wesley, Gallman, and Harris, followed by Barrow.
Yeah, you got
if those guys get going here, they will take advantage of the draft, because the draft makes a huge difference here.
Well, and like we've seen almost all season, Kieran, we've seen a lot of those IT and out drivers staying up front. A lot of them grouped together, so that's super dangerous for any of the other drivers, because if they decide to work together, there's not a lot you can do. Now it looks like a bunch of those skid mark guys are up front, so really exciting to see what happens. Here we go. Pace cars off the track, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to go back to exciting green flag racing here at Michigan for the MADD Drive to Zero 300. Green flag is out. Really great restart right there.
Yeah, it's nice even restart in the back of the pack. I'm looking from the blimp. Two boys out front have got a little bit of a jump on the third car of Sprouse.
Yeah, it looks like Sprouse almost 0.5 back. Lynch going, looking for the outside of Malone.
Go,
Love to see it.
Yeah.
Anybody that can give Malone a run for his money. Wow, and Lynch to the lead in that 33. Just sliding up in front of Malone. You almost had Sprouse down low on the number 60 as well. Sprouse not giving up. Those guys... Oh, and we do have another caution. It looks like Logan Wilson, maybe. He's the only one I seen dropping back. Oh, it's going to be Richard Elliott.
Yeah.
Getting into the number 96 of Justin Openchowski right there. Hopefully they didn't cause any damage to themselves.
Did they collect Logan as well?
I can't be sure. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but it looks like Openchowski with a heck of a save right there. Let's go back and take a look at Openchowski's save. Wow, incredible save by Openchowski. Elliott's still going around, and Openchowski winds up straight forward. That's incredible move by him. Good recovery.
Some good driving there by, it was either Caleb or by Boone from IT and out. One of the IT and out guys went screaming past Openchowski.
Yeah, I seen that. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick. Woo!
Yeah, they must be getting a little bit of drift there.
That was incredible. Berkmeyer down to the bottom of the track as well. All right, let's go ahead and kick it back to live. That's going to be our second MADD caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the leaders are going to come in here, I think.
Really? Yeah, Lynch, Malone, Sprouse, Gallman, Harris, Marion, and Barrow, Ellswick, Openchowski, McCabe. Holy jeez, man. All these early pits.
Yeah. I hope they're not taking tires, because I've got a funny feeling these tires are going to be crucial towards the end of this race. Just because you pit doesn't mean you should take tires.
No, that's definitely true. It looks like Malone with no tires, Lynch with no tires. That's going to give Malone the advantage coming off of pit road. Four of those IT and out drivers coming out together. Looks like the number 87 is still in pit lane.
We saw a lot of guys on Tuesday night take two tires. Did anyone take two here? I mean, we know back in the pack they might, but or did they all just go for a splash?
Looks like,
sorry to put you on the spot.
I'm not 100% sure. Let's go ahead and take a look. Everybody took fuel only except for our lane. Our lane took 4 tires. And it might have been by mistake. But it looks like we got a couple drivers still in the pit. Boone is still in the pit, and Richard Elliott still in the pit.
Yeah, both of those guys will be repairing damage from their touch-ups earlier. Touch-ups, that's Australian lingo for maybe getting into somebody a little bit. Coming around, we should be...
Looks like Wilson's going in.
Yeah, he is.
Wait, where did Lynch go? Oh yeah, Lynch and Malone dropped back to 6th and 7th. Our new leaders are going to be Darren Bruce and Chris Campbell. Followed up by Haynes and Cochran. That changes up the whole race.
'87's back towards the front there, Lane. He can show some of his pace.
Good for him. Looks like he's going to be on the outside of Jacob Malone, followed up by Wesley Lynch and Justin Harris. Barrow is sitting back in 9th. Marion has been pushed back to 10th. Got a feeling we're going to see some great racing here on this next restart. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car is now off the track. We're about to go back green flag racing here for the MADD Drive to 0300. Green flag is out. Bruce with a huge jump on the pack right there. That's going to give him a heck of an advantage. Haynes able to get on the outside of Campbell. Campbell with not such a great restart on that last one. That is going to give Haynes the advantage to take that second place, and he is going to maintain it. Campbell not wanting to let it go, but a little bit of a slide job from Haynes right there, keeping Campbell from behind. A lot of close racing right there, going with the 87, 95, 4. Ooh, 95, 3 wide, almost makes contact with the 87.
3 wide and Barrow pushing hard.
Well, Barrow trying to...
a little further back as well. Sorry.
No, you're good. Barrow's trying to get back up into that top 10. Caleb Ellswick falling back a little bit, giving the position to Marion and Hunter Birkmeyer. Marion now up to 8th place. Here we go. Darren Bruce.
He's up to 8th. He's up to 8th, but I also see Cochran moving forward a little bit now too. He's as high as we've seen him. He's sitting in 6th spot, although
Cochran's in 3rd.
Yeah, sorry, 3rd.
Campbell on the outside of Cochran, though. That's going to give the advantage to Campbell and Marion. Something happened on that last turn. Marion diving down low on the number 52.
Yeah, that
Chris
one's
Campbell.
actually Malone. I think it's Malone, actually, that one. 60, yep. So Malone's pushing again to get to the front, but Cochran's pushing Campbell pretty hard there.
Oh, Malone falls back. He must have had to check up on that last one, given the position to Shane Cochran and the number 52 of Chris Campbell.
Yeah, Malone's really dropping back there right now. He's just lost another spot, actually, to, I think that's Lynch. It might have taken him a while to get his momentum back again. So he looks like he's on full song again now. Great work by Bruce. Bruce has had a couple of good weeks here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen him up front, even on the podium.
Yeah, he's really been driving well.
As of now, that 39 is about 0.4 and ahead of the other drivers. Dustin Haynes pulling out some incredible speed tonight here at Michigan. Haynes chasing him down, ever so slowly cutting into that gap.
Yeah, he's getting a whiff of that draft there now too.
as we start to see these guys single file out, we're going to see a lot more green flag racing. 33 of Wesley Lynch falling back a little bit. Hunter Berkmeyer able to catch up, and Harris able to take that position away. Lynch back into 7th.
So it'll be interesting to see their lines here, Jamie. You and I are familiar with the lines that you have to start to run in the trucks when there's a few laps on your tires, and you just start moving that a little bit higher and a little bit higher. But I do notice that they're still staying pretty low in turn 2 here with the Cup cars.
Yeah, I'm not sure how their tires are going to wear compared to ours. In all honesty, we were going about 20 laps, and then you really started to feel it. Like, really started to feel it.
But this car handles so different to the truck that it's really hard to compare unless you're in the seat.
Marion cuts the nose off of Ellswick right there to keep him in place. Ellswick back in 10th.
Good job by those guys, because that's easy to turn into disaster right there.
Let's check out some of our biggest movers. Up front in the lead, Darren Bruce up 20 spots already. Dustin Haynes up 17 spots in 2nd. Caleb Ellswick up 13 in 10th.
Cochran and Harris just clashed doors as Cochran went by. Sorry to interrupt you, Jamie, but and now Cochran must have got tight coming off turn 2 because he's dropped 2 spots.
Yeah,
sorry about that, Jamie.
No, you're good. That gives the advantage to Berkmeyer, and Harris able to take that position away. I wonder if it caused any kind of damage to that number 86 of Shane Cochran. Shane Cochran looking a little loose coming off of 4 right there.
Yeah, they hit doors pretty hard, and they bounced back away from each other. Probably scared each other a fair bit, but I think they look okay.
Yeah, it looks all right. We'll have to see if he gets any damage fixed later on in the race.
Malone into the wall and Haynes backing up. I think both those guys were really quick coming out of 2 just then. Haynes has dropped back into the clutches of, who is that? Chris Campbell, probably.
Darren Bruce now 0.8, almost a second in front of Jacob Malone. Malone's going to be trying to take the advantage the best he can while he's in 2nd to catch up to our leader of Darren Bruce in that number 39.
Haynes. Sorry, Jamie, again. Haynes really wide there coming off.
3.
Yeah, really wide. He's going to drop a couple of spots there. He had a real good drift moment there.
Great job by those drivers going 3 wide after Haynes getting wide like that. You said he got loose?
Oh, yeah.
Like he was sideways?
Yep. Wonder if he's feeling some effects of pushing pretty hard on those tires like he was earlier trying to run down Bruce.
Well, it looks like cars are just passing him with ease right now. Lynch on his inside. He's going to have to calm down a little bit if he wants to maintain those tires. That's probably the most important thing here at Michigan. Malone cutting that gap down to about half a second.
Haynes and Campbell still going backwards and forwards fighting over, what spot is it, 6th and 7th?
Well, it looks like our first stage isn't for a little while. First stage is going to be 45, and then lap 90 for the second stage.
You see Cochrane dropping down low to get inside of Hunter there. But Hunter with the drive back. Cochrane doing the right thing so he doesn't run over top of him. Just by dropping a little bit lower.
I found early in the run, when we were doing the truck race on Tuesday, that was the best thing to do. First 10 laps, you could drop pretty low. Then it started to increase up to more to the middle of the track. I really didn't like running up against the wall. I didn't feel like it made me very fast, but a lot of these guys are running up there.
See, I felt the opposite. I loved the top of the wall. Not top of the wall, but the top of the track up near the wall. And I felt like I could be quicker into turn 3 because I'd have more momentum. So yeah, that's why we love Michigan, isn't it? You know, we got multiple lanes that you can drive really hard depending on where you like to drive and what your tires do.
We're getting a little bit of a bunch up back there between, I want to say, 6th and 9th. Whole lot of drivers back there together. Oh, Haynes getting loose. 33 making contact. Haynes able to recover from that, but he's going to fall back and lose some positions. Looks like Haynes got loose. Some great racing going on right there in the middle of the track. Marion and Harris side by side. Looks like they were riding on each other there for a second.
Man, Haynes is staying in it. He's had that thing all kind of sideways, but he's still got his foot in it.
Oh, Barrow goes sideways. Barrow is around. That's going to bring out the caution. I don't know if... It didn't look like he made contact with the wall at all. Let's go back and take a look.
I think he might have got a little bit of somebody, one of the ITN out guys.
Oh, he did make contact with that wall. He's got some damage on that freight fender as well. Let's go back and take a look. Oh yeah, Logan Wilson just up there on the outside. I don't think Barrow's seen him up there. Yeah, I don't think Barrow knew he was there. That's where he got that damage from that right front fender. And then comes in, makes contact with the rear of that car on the inside wall. Didn't look like a whole lot of damage. Hopefully you can get it fixed without using that fast repair, but that's going to put Barrow towards the back of the pack.
Yep, I'm glad I didn't go for him tonight.
Why, so you can't be blamed for it?
Yeah, otherwise I would have been in trouble. Who was your pick again, Jamie?
Marion.
Marion, that's right.
Went with the hot sauce. Hopefully you can bring the heat.
Looks like we got some pit action here. Everyone's diving for the bits.
Yeah, I'd definitely be coming down as well if I was them.
So stage is at 40... what?
Stage is at 45.
45. Second stage is at what, at 90?
It is at 90. Yep, correct.
Okay.
Looks like Malone winning that pit road race again with Caleb Ellswick, his teammate for IT and out, coming out behind him. Then it's going to be Marion Wilson, Burkmeyer, Bruce, Campbell, McCabe Harris, and McCabe again.
A few guys hanging out on pit road. It looks like some guys are getting some damage cleaned up rather than taking their fast repair.
Yeah, Openchowski's still down there. It looks like Reggie Jug Evans Jr. still down there. Boone Haynes also. Minchaka also back into the pit lane.
Okay, so Michigan, Detroit, home of the big three. We've got Ford, we've got Chevrolet, we've got Dodge. Do we call it Dodge or do we call it Stellantis? I don't think I can call it Stellantis. Can you?
Negative. Nor ever would I.
So that'll be an interesting in the trucks next year. Hopefully they bring that the Ram out on iRacing, because that'll be interesting to see who runs that.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be running that this season, I believe, in NASCAR as well.
Be interesting. Man, what a great job on those paint jobs for IT and out.
Yeah, they look incredible.
Yeah, credit to you guys. Good job.
Well, and like I said before, 3 of those IT and out guys right out front. They're going to be working together to try to stay that way. Their other teammates actually aren't that far behind them either. You have Jason McCabe in the 35 and his brother right behind him, Josh McCabe. Josh McCabe also in that IT and out group.
So Jamie, I was just trying to go to the point standings for the teams. So am I reading this right that Dirty South Racing is ahead at the moment? No, I'm not. Sorry.
For the team
I'm
standings?
not reading that. Yeah, I'm not reading that correct. I think it's IT and Outs leading it.
Yeah, not after. I couldn't imagine that would be the case after Malone joining them.
No, it actually says Dirty South Racing has a total of 341, followed by IT and Out with 340.
Huh.
Outlaw with 295 and Karma with 292.
That's going to be new to me, but we are now back to green flag racing. Kieran 60 with a big jump.
Shit, sorry.
IT and out and is going to be leading that front pack 1, 2, 3 right now in those beautiful veteran paint schemes.
Sorry about that, guys. I was getting wrapped up in the team standings. Man, that's a great shot.
Hey, numbers are important.
Whew. That was quite the launch Ellsworth got there with the nose of Wilson.
Look at those guys running real tight. Wilson falling back a little bit, but it looks like he's going to be catching back up again. Ellswood give him alone a run for his money.
It's a tight little group. I don't know about you, but a couple of times in the race on Tuesday, if I got caught down low and I couldn't clear the person, I had to drop in behind him. Because if you keep it down low for 2 or 3 laps, you just burn your tires up.
As we see,
tight.
looks like Harris slide job for Malone right there, or I mean Marion. Berkmeyer making some moves going towards Logan Wilson.
Nice job, Murray, and I think he just let him have that spot rather than forcing the point a little bit.
Yeah, there's no sense in bumping those,
No.
or taking any damage.
Hunter
on those
into
tires.
the wall there. Hunter just bounced it off the wall. It's only soft, but still. Campbell diving down low.
Campbell making something happen with that. That's going to move him up to 7th place. Those IT and out drivers are still trying to chase down their teammate of Malone. 39 of Bruce making contact with the number 66. 66 going down at the bottom of the track, able to get back up there.
Oh.
Bruce in a mess. Holy
Wow.
How did they recover that?
How did they save that?
How,
I'm not sure.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, that was great.
We're going to have to go back and look at that because that was incredible.
Yeah. They didn't even lose much time.
Wow, looks like Bruce got loose. Oh my. That's incredible. Incredible talent by these Cup drivers, man. THDesign Cup Series definitely shows the best of what we got. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we got a lot of talent down in the Truck Series, but I don't know if we would have been able to recover from that.
Yeah, that was pretty nice work though, by everybody. So we've got Malone out front, followed by Wilson, Berkmeyer, Elliott, Ellswick, Bruce, Campbell, Cochran, McCabe, and Lynch in the top 10.
Well, we do got some shout outs in the chat as well. It looks like Grizzly out here once again. As always, thank you for being here. Let's go Skidmark. Oh, Bruce falling to the back right there. Something just happened. And unfortunately, Carrie Bruce just seen that happen. But thank you for being here as well, trying to support Darren Bruce. Let's go back and see if we can catch a clip of what just happened.
Was it Bruce and Lane?
It was Bruce and McCabe. Oh, Bruce got loose again right there. Almost goes sideways. Able to recover that. Great save by Darren Bruce.
Yeah, great job.
Malone.
That leaves Malone out. Yeah, Malone out front with Wilson. Hunter's been strong. Hunter just getting past Logan here.
Well, anybody with the white or the red dashes in their windshield right there, those are going to be playoff drivers. So all front three drivers right now, 1, 2, and 3, are all playoff drivers. Richard Elliott moving his way up to 4th place in that 0-2. Ellswick drops back to 5th. Berkmeyer and Wilson side by side. Berkmeyer now catching up to Malone. Oh, Malone wiggles a little bit, giving the advantage to Berkmeyer. Berkmeyer side by side with Malone. Wilson goes 3 wide with him. Berkmeyer in the middle.
Wilson's got it, I think, there.
Wilson does have it. Wilson now takes the lead. Logan Wilson is incredibly fast.
Oh, Malone again into that wall.
Yeah, that's the 2nd or 3rd time tonight we've seen Malone up into the wall.
Seems to have a tendency to do that. Just brush it, and you don't get too much damage. But shows you how hard he's pushing.
It looks like that car's wiggling to me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Coming off of that last turn, it looked like he was wiggling a tad bit, which is going to give the advantage to Richard Elliott, catching up to the 95 of Berkmeyer, 60 of Darren Bruce. See if he can make. Yeah, seen it? Did you just see it wiggle again?
Oh, he's pushing it in there hard. Yeah.
I think he's burning those tires off.
Yep. Which, hey, that's okay. Maybe you have to push them hard to see how they're going to be if you do push them hard. So, how much life you got in them? Because we're only at the 41st lap. But I'm sure he's going for the... Sure he's trying to get the stage win here. Good job, Hunter. Good run by Hunter here.
Yeah, he's doing a great job tonight, keeping that in... Oh! He gets sideways a little right there. As soon as we say something, he gets sideways.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Malone shooting that corner hard. That's going to put him right up next to Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson's still going to get a little bit more speed.
So 3 more laps until the end of the stage. And as these tracks get quicker, Elliott seems to get further and further to the front. Here he is now in fourth and fifth.
Well, we know Ellswick had a little bit of that contact from earlier. The number 87 of R Lane now fighting out with Ellswick down on that bottom side. 87 also with a little bit of contact earlier. Ooh, he almost makes contact with that wall. Malone now up front. I didn't even see it happen.
I didn't either. He's not far away from Hunter and Logan.
Well, Logan made it
Logan's got a
happen
good run
once.
Yeah, Logan's got a good run here too. Coming off the top.
It looks like Malone's just shooting that bottom side.
Yep.
Giving him a slight advantage, but he's going to burn those tires off very quickly doing that.
By the time you get to the end of the straight though, it's usually about the same.
Yeah, you're right. That left Logan Wilson right behind Malone on that last one. Berkmeyer looking down low.
What a great track, and it looks like the setup's working really well for these guys as well as it was in the trucks. That setup for the trucks was amazing.
Yeah, they did a really good job on building these ones. Conti is always building really, really nice setups. So thank God for their help this season on both series. They make our setups for trucks and cups. And caution is out for the 4th time tonight, but that is going to be a stage caution. Congratulations to Jacob Malone on taking that stage right there. Logan Wilson in 2nd place. Berkmeyer, Elliott, Lane, Ellswick, Lynch, Cochran, Campbell, and Sprouse all getting points for that stage.
Man, these points are really important to these guys, and I noticed, Caleb and Wesley both getting points along with Shane. Nobody's getting away outside of Malone. If you're in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th in the championship, you're not going to get away.
Well, and what did you say the deficit was for those drivers? It was like they were all 10 points within?
Yeah, not much. I'm just bringing it up now. And this time I'll be able to read it better than I could read the team results. So we have Caleb Ellswick on 1,109 points. And then all the way down to Wesley Lynch, who is only 10 points behind him, and he's in 7th. So in order that goes Ellswick, Bruce, Harris, Wilson, Cochran, and then Lynch 10 points behind.
That's super duper close, so points are really going to matter.
Hey, and even if Jacob wins this, there's a lot of bragging rights on the table for 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
No, absolutely. So everybody from 1st to 5th will get a payout this season. So that's really exciting as well.
Yeah.
Looks like everybody's going to come down into pit lane one more time before the restart of this stage. Yeah, every single driver on the track just came in. Let's see who's going to win it off pit road this time. Our lane missing his box a little bit, had to back up.
Man, that's an awesome shot, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Oh, it looks like Logan Wilson makes it off first.
That means no tires for Logan, I'm guessing.
Nah, Malone's just hanging out in there. He must be trying to get some damage fixed before this second stage.
Maybe from rubbing the wall so many times.
I'm thinking so. There's a few drivers that are staying in there. Malone, Sprouse, Campbell, Harris, Marion, Haynes, Bruce, and Menchaca.
Here comes Campbell.
Yeah, Malone's currently in 18th place. Yeah, he's going to come back out in 18th. Harris, Marion, Haynes, Menchaca, and Bruce all still into pit lane. Let's go ahead and check out that last pit stop for the top 15 drivers. And you are right, Logan Wilson only taking 2 tires on that last one. Hunter Bergmeyer all the way down to Wesley Lynch took 4. Openchowski with 2 tires. Let's check on some of the repairs that have been done already. Michael Menchaca with the highest amount right now with 3 minutes. Haynes with 2 minutes. Boone with 1.5 minutes. Marion 51 seconds. Openchowski 50 seconds. Darren Bruce 47. Man, a lot of repairs going on out there.
Yeah, there is. Surprisingly so. There's a couple of people that we haven't mentioned too much tonight that it'd be interesting to see if they start to come to a bubble to the top towards halfway race distance. People like my pick, Goldman.
Well,
Haynes.
either of the McCabe's.
Yes. Boone.
Barrow
Wilson.
also making his way back up towards the top 10.
Yeah. Thing is, in this field, anybody can get to the front. Any one of these guys, they're all good enough.
Well, it's already been a pretty exciting race. We're not even halfway through, and we've seen some incredible driving so far.
70-odd feet at 200 miles per hour will do that to you, I think.
Here we go.
70 feet wide.
Green flag waves, 76 with Logan Wilson getting a decent jump right there. Looks like the 95 gonna slow down Caleb Ellswick in that 66. Ellswick looking for room. Berkmeyer catching right back up to lane, not giving him an advantage. Wilson, you got to think he's going to be on a 2-tire change right there. Let's see if he can make it happen.
Oh, we just saw somebody go around.
Barrow involved.
Yeah,
a bunch of cars involved.
Was it Sprouse? Oh.
It was the 15 of Michael Boone.
I was watching them. They were 3 and 4 wide coming off here. I'm not sure what happened.
Well, it looks like Malone taking the outside. Nowhere to go for Barrow. I can't tell who came up on that.
3 IT and out guys there. Just tight race, and it looks like he might have touched the 15. Is that who is the 15?
The 15 is Boone.
Yeah.
A lot of damage for that number 15. Harris involved in that, getting hit. The 93 getting hit. 89 also involved of Brad Wilson.
Yeah, a lot of cars in that one. Wow. A lot of IT and out cars.
Not good for Barrow, unfortunately, getting a lot of damage on the front of that number 4 car. Wow, some incredible racing here so far, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after this commercial break. ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after that crash here that caused the 5th MADD caution of the night. MADD Drive to 0-300 has been extremely competitive tonight. Looking forward to seeing another one of those green flag runs. I want to see some green flag pit stops. What about you, Kieran?
Yeah, I'm a little upset that some of those cars were taken out because some of those guys would have to use their fast pit stops or fast repairs, which means they won't have any left later in the race. I think Burrow, was that his, did he use his fast repair then? I'm guessing he did.
I don't have any speed on Barrow right now. Yeah, I think that was Barrow's second claim, actually. Man, you hate to see that, especially as fast as Barrow was tonight. Just not the end of the season that he really wanted.
So, and Jamie, just to remind everybody, second claim means you're parked, correct?
Yes, that is what that is. Unfortunately for Barrow. I didn't know he claimed that first one.
Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car's pulling to the pits here.
Harris just catching up to the back of that pack. Oh, we got another car back there just catching up. Brad Wilson. Not quite caught up. But Logan Wilson and Birkmeyer are going to go ahead and lead us off right here for the green flag. Interesting stage 2.
Yeah, did Logan pick the top then?
I think so.
Yeah.
Looks like, and again, if I'm restarting, I'm definitely going to that bottom side. There's no way I'm picking that top side. I can keep it in the gas all the way around for that bottom side, and it looks like the advantage does go to the 95 of Birkmeyer. Did Wilson pit on that last one?
I'm not sure.
No. So he's still sitting on only 2 tires.
The only thing that scares me starting on the bottom is when you come off 2, if your tires aren't warm, you can lose the back end if the guy on the top pinches you down. So that's the only caveat to it. You're a better driver than me though, so
no,
be able to do that.
No. I was just able to hug that line all night long. It was an incredible experience out there in Michigan for all of us.
Looks like Logan's got a good run on him here now. You can see that draft in full effect.
Well, and Birkmeyer doing the best he can.
Yeah, Hunter actually did a really good job on the entry there.
Yeah, he increased that gap by 0.3, but Logan Wilson's charging down the back. Looks like that 2-tire stop really didn't affect him that much, but how long is he going to be able to maintain that speed?
See Ellswick getting a little out of shape there a moment ago and dropping a space to Lane.
Well, good for Lane getting back up towards the front. We know he's one of the fastest cars out there. He took that pole position. But he's going to have a problem with those 2 IT and out drivers right behind him. 2 teammates.
He is. Ellswick's had a good season too this year. What's he sitting in 3rd, I think, or 2nd?
Yeah, I believe so.
Great season. Yeah, Caleb's sitting 2nd.
Well, Ellswick also a previous GEC champion. You know there's got to be some speed coming out of those guys. A little bit of a bump from the number 60 right there, giving his teammate a little bit of help. But that's going to give the advantage to the 96 of Openchowski and Shane Cochran, which are right there behind the number 60. They've been moving pretty fast tonight as well.
Malone takes that bottom line every time.
Yeah, that's
even
what I was
if even
doing.
yeah, even if his tires are a little second hand.
Lynch and Gallman making a charge for the front again. They're back up into the top 10. Lynch getting a charge from Darren Bruce coming up from behind. Looks like Darren Bruce was able to take that spot away from Lynch with a little bit of slide. .90 laps to go here for the MADD Drive to 0300.
After a couple of laps here, you can really build up some speed. I get shocked at how much, especially if you're in a bit of a draft and you get a good run. Conversely, if you drop the draft, you're in trouble.
Wait. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that gap from Birkmeyer is slowly decreasing. Wilson able to get back up to the back of Birkmeyer somehow. Oh, Birkmeyer! Sliding out. He's able to maintain it somehow.
Yeah, he kept it off the wall. Man, it's wide there.
Wow, incredible save by Birkmeyer once again. That's going to give the lead to Logan Wilson once again. Our Lane is going to be in second place now.
Two-tire Logan.
Yeah, he's still got a pretty good gap on Lane as well. Lane, I believe Lane, yeah, Lane, Ellswick, oh, Malone got repairs, so I can't see how many tires he got. I know he got 4. I know he did. I thought I seen him with 4 tires.
Tell you what, the guys that took 2 tires are holding their own at the moment.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, be interesting to see what the fall off is if we get a nice long green run here.
Well, as we go and take a look at the 5 fastest laps, Openchowski at the top with a 37.93. Hunter Birkmeyer right behind him with a 37.95. Logan Wilson with a 38.01. Wesley Lynch 38.04. And Jay Morian out there with a 38.05. Openchowski moving it tonight, it looks like.
I know we've already said it, but those IT and out cars look amazing.
Oh, they do look incredible. They always come out with uniform vehicles. Nobody ever has a different paint job. They all have the same.
Yeah.
Their numbers might be different once in a while, but three of those IT and out drivers are in the top 5 right now.
You know who's been quick all night? And that is Cochran.
Yeah, he's looking to take an advantage right there from the number 96.
Yeah, we don't normally see him up quite this high this early. So he must be feeling pretty comfortable with this place. Is he going to stuff it in there?
That doesn't look like it.
It's good enough to go around the top, but look at that.
Yeah, he is going to pass Openchowski as well. That's going to put Shane Cochran up in 5th. Oh, he gets tipped. And they're able to recover it somehow.
Wow.
Incredible. I mean, we have seen some of the best saves already tonight, Kieran. That is just wow.
Yeah, Cochran, that's amazing. I can't believe he held on to that. I was waiting to see the next shot of him going around backwards.
Let's see if we can
Great
get
job,
a
Cochran.
catch of that. Yeah, there it is right there. Looked like Openchowski just barely up into Cochran right there. They both slow down and able to recover that. And then the 96 comes back down into Cochran again. They're both going to lose some spots on that. What happened?
I'm laughing because, you know, we were from the trailing camera and we could see any advertising on the side of his car and a full shot of the number. That's never a good sign.
No. Well, and to come back from that is incredible. Haynes still doing a great job out there. Looks like he figured out those tires. He's going to be right up behind Darren Bruce in that number 39, and Richard Elliott is going to be right behind him. Logan Wilson still maintaining that lead as well, but he is getting ran down by Malone. Malone is only 0.2 behind him right at the moment.
Jamie, can you feel that right now? Can you feel it ramping up? I mean, that's what it's doing. I can just see people like Elliott and those guys are just starting to push their way to the front now. So the guys that were holding back a little bit are just starting to push a little harder. I think we're in for one hell of a last, how many laps is there? 80 laps, if my math is correct.
That is correct. We're almost halfway through this race, and it has been a hell of a race already. What, 3 or 4 amazing saves by these drivers. A lot of competition.
People like Campbell. I see Campbell running strong here tonight. I think Lane could get back up in there. I know he's third right now, but yeah. Openchowski seems to be quick. Hunter, Lynch, of course Darren Bruce.
Let's go ahead and take a look at Openchowski. He's going to be right there back around Shane Cochran again. Ooh, Sprouse slowing down. Something must have happened. He must have had to check up. That's going to give the advantage. It looks like Evans was also involved in that 93. 86, jumping forward a couple spots on that mistake. We do have a driver down into pit lane. That's going to be Wesley Lynch and Kenneth Gallman as well.
Both teammates, so I'm sure that's strategic. I'm just looking here at Cochran and Openkowski. They need to kiss and make up and get nose to tail and start tracking some of those guys back down again.
Well, if you're Cochran, you're definitely feeling some type of way. Not just because of the tip inside of the corner, but right after they recovered it, Openchowski seemed to come down into Shane Cochran after that. And a bunch of drivers coming down into pit lane now. Dustin Haynes and Marion. And
I will say that it gets, when you go in that quick coming off that corner, sometimes you're just trying to save it and it looks like you get into somebody else, but you're just trying to actually save it and stop it from going sideways. Of course, we don't know, but lots of times you're just trying to save it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was, but that could be misinterpreted from Cochran's point of view.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. See a couple of guys come into the pits now, and one of them is Malone. Lane out front, followed by Bruce and McCabe. Haven't talked too much about the McCabe boys tonight. But now when I sit there and look at them, they're sitting 3rd and 6th.
Well, you got Josh McCabe in the 36 and Jason McCabe in the 35. They're going to be right behind each other. They seem to always get near each other on the track. Still a lot of green flag racing going on. It does look like both McCabes are actually coming down into the pits as we speak. That puts Campbell in the 52 up into the lead in front of Reggie Evans. Those are the only two drivers that have not pitted yet are Chris Campbell and Reggie Evans. Evans in that 93.
We're at that interesting stage now, Jamie, where, green flag pit stops and half the field is pitted. The other half hasn't pitted. And if a yellow comes out now, it'll split the field.
Well, and the question is, even though you got some old tires, and are you coming down into the pits, or are you leaving everybody a lap down?
Yeah. So everyone in the top 10, from 11th down, 1 lap down.
Oh, but here they come. It looks like Evans and Campbell both coming down into pits. Campbell getting those lead laps. Oh, Reggie Evans dodging out of the way of Campbell for that slowdown coming into the pit lane. That's going to put Jacob Malone up front after he passes those guys. Malone coming around Brad Wilson. Brad Wilson actually just now going a lap down. Ellswick only 0.5 behind Malone, his teammate. And we still got a little bit until the next stage as well. The next stage is until 90.
Yeah, this will be interesting if it stays green. See who the comers and goers are with tires.
Well, the closest one to the top two of Malone and Ellswick right now are going to be R Lane. And he's going to be 1.9 seconds, almost 2 seconds back from the lead. So these guys got a pretty good gap going on. Ellswick still trying to close that gap up a little bit.
I've been impressed with Ellswick's racecraft here tonight. He's been pretty quiet and just quietly gone about his business, and now both him and Malone are running formation flying.
Well, it looks like Brad Wilson jumped up behind Ellswick as well.
I was going to say, who's that third ITN out car?
Yeah, that's going to be Brad Wilson. Unfortunately, being a lap down, he's just out there running behind his teammate right now, but any help can definitely make a difference.
It's important for Brad too, because he's the car that's first car 1 lap down.
Yeah, you're not wrong. If anything does wind up happening, he is going to get that lucky dog and come back out onto the lead lap. Right now, for as far as laps down, it's going to be Brad Wilson, Michael Boone.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Boone's 9 laps down, so he must have got caught up in that Burrow accident, I guess. Because I didn't see where he lost, 8 or 9 laps.
Yeah, that is a lot. But Boone, he must have used his fast repair, right? He must have used it on that first incident.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
But yeah, Brad Wilson just sticking right behind Ellswick. Ellswick now has fallen back a little bit further, 0.75 behind Malone. Malone's still not getting away like he's used to, though.
It's hard to get away at this place. Like, you can get away in a pack, like 2 or 3 of you, but it's hard to get away by yourself. So Upinchowski still has the quickest lap time with a 37.9. I was just going to say you can go a lap or 2 down pretty quick just getting repairs, because even though it's a big place here, everything's so quick that the lap times are pretty quick. A 37-38 second lap time,
Which you got to think is significantly less lap time, considering like Daytona and such are like 50 seconds.
yeah. What is it, Talladega, when we're going around under caution, it seems to take forever.
I know. Incredible
Especially
green
after
flag
a hard-
run.
Especially after a hard day of work. So hey, I was just looking at a couple of other interesting facts here. This track was built for $6 million, so
Wow.
pretty cheap.
Really?
Pretty cheap, really, yeah. The only problem was that was in 1968.
No, yeah,
So that
okay,
was-
fair enough.
So $6 million went a long way in 1968.
Yeah, apparently. Would you rather buy a mansion with your $6 million, or would you rather make a brand new racetrack like Michigan? I'm gonna go with the racetrack. Berkmeyer still in the top 5.
So I'm just looking through some of the facts here, and as we all know here, one of the fun things about this place is there's usually a lot of fuel mileage going on. So there's been some incredible races here with fuel mileage finishes.
I've had a couple races that I've won where I've just barely made it across the finish line. I didn't even have enough gas to do my burnout.
Wow.
Bruce passing Berkmeyer right there. He's gonna take that 5th spot away, pushing Berkmeyer out of the top 5. Gonna be chasing down Logan Wilson, but 3 of our fastest drivers back there, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah, Bruce looks like he has some handy pace. Just consistent.
Malone doesn't seem like he's increasing that gap on Ellswick by too much. He's still only 0.7 in head.
Ellswick still got Wilson behind him.
Malone now passing the number 7 of Justin Harris, putting him a lap down.
Wonder if Harris is carrying a little bit of damage there.
You would figure so, because Harris is normally pretty quick.
Yeah, but that does put Harris, if a caution was to come out right now, Harris would be the first car 1 lap down.
Yeah, but
He's ahead of Brad Wilson. What was that, Jamie?
that sort of screws Brad Wilson's plans.
Yeah, it does. That's right. I think just trying to look at times, what the differences between them.
Well, it looks like Wilson's about to pass him. Yeah, the battle for the lucky dog.
Yeah, there really must be something wrong with Justin's car. I'm sure he has damage. And it's a horrible feeling when you got damage and it's looking very, very green like it is right now.
Yeah, Wilson right on the back of Harris. You got R Lane in the 87 diving down low to pass those cars to get out of the way. He's going to be in third place chasing down Ellswick. If Wilson
That
can
was
get
nice
by
job.
him.
Yeah, it was a nice job of Brad just staying out of Lane's way there.
Wilson does take it from Harris. You must be right. Harris must have some damage or some old tires. But that is going to put Brad Wilson in the running for the lucky dog again.
We're about to click over the 90 lap point.
It looks like Lane is actually catching Ellswick. He's only 0.5 behind right now. Bruce is actually sitting a little bit further back from Lane, about 1.3 seconds. He's going to be passing Harris right now. So that's a pretty big gap that he's going to have to close if he wants to get up in that top 3. But here we go. This should be it right here after the next go over. And there we go. Caution is out for stage 2, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, taking the stage is going to be Jacob Malone, stage 1 and stage 2 winner. Followed up by Caleb Ellswick, R. Lane, Bruce, Wilson, Birkmeyer, Lynch, McCabe, Campbell, and Elliott. All of those guys are going to get stage points for stage 2.
380 and out guys in the top 5.
Again?
Yep.
Oh my. I mean, you can't be mad at that as far as team owners go.
No, it's great team points. Interesting, we didn't see a fall off on those tires, especially of all the people I thought would have had a fall off on the tires. I thought Malone might have had a fall off, particular with the lines that he was running. But he got quicker.
Well, like with the truck series, we've seen a fall off, and maybe after 10 or 15 laps where you really couldn't maintain this pace that you're used to, or even the line that you were wanting to hold. But it seems like these guys are running a little bit longer than that.
Man, our setup was so good. There was so much grip in that setup, even on bad tires. I've been around that place with 20 lap old tires and having nowhere near that amount of grip. So
Well,
these guys did an amazing job on our setups.
on the last stop, it looked like Malone, Ellswick, and Arlane all taking 2 tires. Let's see what happens on this next pit stop. Quite interested to see what their strategy is going to be coming into stage 3 to end out this race.
Yeah, that's an interesting graphic though. And Bruce definitely looked like he was the quickest guy at the end there, and he took 4 last time.
I'm also interested who's going to make it off that pit lane first.
Is that Logan? I think.
Oh, it is going to be Wilson. Yeah, it's definitely Logan Wilson. Edging out Malone just barely for that. Wilson, Malone, Bruce, Ellswick, and Lane for your top 5.
Logan took 2 again.
Yes, he did. But he took 4 last time.
Oh, he did. Sorry.
He took 2 the time before that, and then 4 the time after
Gotcha.
that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But obviously he's seen an advantage of doing such, because it did put him back out front again.
And I see on that graphic that you have up that Goldman took 2 as well, and everyone else took 4.
Yeah, that's for the top 15. That's an interesting strategy, but there must be some kind of advantage to it because, I mean, even though Logan Wilson took 2 on the 2 stops before, he was still able to maintain speed somehow. Like I've said several times, you're not going to catch me taking 2 tires. I am taking 4 tires almost every single time.
There was a lot of guys on Tuesday night that took 2. At least in our group, I think.
I did not.
Me neither. I burnt through all my tires. Man, it was a bad race. I see Cochrane's down towards the back end of the field there.
Yeah, it looked like he's still in the pits, actually.
Yeah, is that what's going on?
See some speed out of him, so they're coming out right now. But McCabe, Cochran, Evans, and Wilson, Brad Wilson, are all in pit lane just now coming out. Looks like Michael Boone, unfortunately, is out of the race. I don't see any speed from him anymore. Interesting. Let's see here. Let's see who's led some laps so far. Malone with the most laps led, 39 laps. Logan Wilson in second place for that is going to be 22 laps. Darren Bruce with 21 laps led. Berkmeyer with 7. Campbell with 3. Lane with 1. And Lynch also with 1. Pace car is going to be off the track, ladies and gentlemen. 2 IT and out drivers going to start us off for stage 3 here for the MADD Drive to 0 300. Green flag is out. 76 getting a little bit of a jump on the 60. That's going to give the advantage to the number 39 of Darren Bruce. Darren Bruce just barely edging out Malone. Malone now on his outside, trying to take that spot back.
Malone with a good run, but I think Bruce has got the same pace as him. Just taking it a little easier on his tires here. I think I saw Goldman go around in the background. If not, he was very sideways coming out of 4.
That was Goldman right there. Oh, he's sideways. Also some parts flying off another car. Oh, Gallman into Menchaca. Menchaca down into the inside wall right there.
2 skid mark guys.
That was a huge hit. Looks like Gallman got a little loose on those fresh tires. No. Let's see what happened.
Remember, Gallman only took 2.
Well, it looked like a little bit of help from Openchowski. The bump on that right side. That's not the second one for the 96, is it?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Well, it definitely looks like he claimed it because he's dropping back. I don't know. We'll have to see if he goes down into the pits and parks it for the night.
Couple of guys faking that they're going down on the pits.
Well, you got to be careful with that because if you hit that choose cone, that's a penalty.
Yep.
Harris looks like he got the lucky dog. That's going to be Elliott, Evans, McCabe, Gallman, and Menchaca down into the pits. It's going to be our 7th MADD caution of the night.
Hey, Jamie, I've been really impressed with all the cup drivers and all the truck drivers, their attitudes during the year. The community is a good community, and it's just been really nice to be part of, actually. So, in particular, the cup guys. The cup guys started off probably a little bit rough, but man, they have definitely kind of bonded together, and yeah, just a really great season.
No, I agree 100%. These guys have been doing an amazing job. A lot of give and take out there with those guys. You know, and not only that, we're about to have that preseason meeting where we discuss season 8 and go over a lot of the changes for the community. It's really, really exciting going into season 8 here at GEC NASCAR. Super, super excited to see the turnout. Normally, packed fields. People have to qualify into the race. Super interested to see what happens at the beginning of season 8, and that's going to be after the holidays as well.
Season 8, Jamie, did you ever think you'd get to season 8 when you were starting your first season?
No, not at all. And you got to think, in our first season, we made it really hard on ourselves. We did the Cup, Trucks, Xfinity, and ARCA series. So
wow.
yeah, and they were all broadcasted. So it was rough going. It really was, keeping track of all the drivers and all the series and what to do and what not to do. That's before we ever had a handbook. That's before, the structure that we have in place now. So yeah, it was quite difficult seeing where we came from to what we are today. And I'll tell you, you wouldn't be able to tell that we're the same community. Not at all.
Yeah, a little bit of trial by fire does wonders sometimes.
Oh,
I
fire.
guess.
We threw gasoline on it, is what we did.
Okay, it looks like the lights are off. We have 3 IT and out cars up front.
Only 51 laps to go. Green flag is out. 76 Logan Wilson. Darren Bruce getting into the 66. Darren Bruce goes around. I think that's going to bring out the caution. Richard Elliott getting involved in that. A little bit of a stack up on the restart there. That's the first issue with a restart we've seen tonight.
Yeah. Looks like Hunter might have got a little bit of that. Looks like Lynch definitely got some sizable damage as well.
Hold on, let's see what happened there. It looks like
It's a weird one.
It looks like the 87 of our lane gets into the 66 of Ellswick, and that brings Ellswick down into Darren Bruce.
Yeah, 87 touched him.
Did Ellswick hit that outside wall, though?
Don't think so.
That involved Wesley Lynch, Campbell.
Boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. There was a few drivers involved in that.
Yeah, I think Wesley will have to use his fast repair for that. Campbell might have got out, might get away with a fix in the pits.
It looks like Gallman was involved.
Oh
Openchowski,
man. Yeah.
Lane, Burkmeyer, maybe even Wesley Lynch was involved in that. Or not Wesley Lynch, sorry, but Menchaca again.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Gorman is showing us out. Maybe not. Just changed.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I don't have a camera feed on him anymore.
Because he would have had that damage from the previous yellow. For being turned in 4.
Wow, incredible, unfortunate restart for these guys. I'm not sure who's going to claim that one, but it doesn't look like our lane or Ellswick claimed it. From our perspective, it looked like our lane actually got into Ellswick, bringing him down the track. Hold on. Somebody else just disappeared.
Logan Wilson.
Logan Wilson just disappeared. Oh, and he's
Oh,
back.
then he went straight to the top.
Woof. That was insane. I thought he just fell out of the race.
Well, we had an incident like that in the truck race where our points leader had a modem failure.
Yeah, Cameron Craighead. Yep.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Reboot. Yeah, he lost his modem, so rebooted and it was up and going again. But of course, he was, I think, 2 laps down after the 2 that you get that we give him back. So, not a good night for the points leader, and he was up front with leading the thing. So, not good.
Yeah, he was definitely up there with me. He did the stage, and I took second in the stage. And unfortunately, after one of the last restarts, I think we only had like 40 laps to go, or maybe less, and he just blinked out and never came back.
I think he blinked out in turn 3 coming to the green. I mean, or turn 4 coming to the green.
Yeah, he did.
The field did a good job of getting refocused and repositioned. Here we are now, Jamie. We've got the lights off, I think.
Yep, lights are off the pace car. Pace car down at the bottom of the track. Once again, Logan Wilson and Malone are going to start us off here, hopefully for the last caution of the night. Oh, a little bit of another wiggle right there with the 87 getting into Malone. It almost happened again, Kiernan.
Wow. Yeah, what's going on now? Was that the 87 getting in? I thought it was the 60, actually.
You think it was the 60 coming down?
Yeah, I thought the 60 spun him up and his nose turned to the left, but I could be wrong. Whatever it was only the other car that held those guys straight. 8 tires are better than 4, I guess.
Brad Wilson goes off the track. Wilson with a crash. That's going to bring out another yellow. Let's see what happens. 39 of Darren Bruce gets on the inside of Wilson, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be on Bruce. I don't know. It does look like Wilson comes down a little bit, too.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. It probably needs to be on Bruce because Bruce is the guy behind and can actually see a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard call right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, wow. Yeah. No matter who you are, you're not happy.
No, not at all.
Can we go back to the start there, Jamie, and just see what happened right at the very start?
Yeah, let me
the 2 leaders.
See if I can get back to that.
Sorry, I know that's hard to do, but...
No, you're good. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I got it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so from about here.
I don't know. Looks like Lane's a little high. Yeah, Lane got into the 60.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why is Lane riding so high like that?
there's a
Why
couple of
isn't
times
why
he-
isn't he behind the 76?
Yeah.
If I had to call it, I'd definitely call it on lane.
Yeah, he's had a couple of problems with his front right nose in this race.
That put Malone in the side of Wilson and then rode him up high for that restart.
So right now we're actually showing Lane in the lead.
Oh, that's going to be pretty controversial.
Yep. Followed by McCabe and Marion.
Well, it looks like Wilson decided to come in. Wilson, Elliott, Lynch, Harris, McCabe, Cochran, and Malone all coming in. Elliott, Lynch, Harris, and McCabe only taking fuel.
Probably because they pitted so heavy earlier.
Well, I don't know about you, but I was running out of tires by the time we hit the end of our race.
Yeah.
I would not be changing so frequently if I
Yep,
was these guys.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and like I said, on that last restart that caused the caution, if it was on lane, he didn't call it, and Ellswick didn't call it, so one of those guys are definitely going to wind up getting an EOL for the race for not calling that caution.
So McCabe and Campbell have stayed out along with Marion and Haynes. They got 13 laps on their 4 tires. So I lost my horse. Your horse is still in the race.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, he beat me again this week.
Oh, big checkup right there on that bottom line. Looks like Josh McCabe and Lane gonna restart us here.
Lane's picked the top side, I guess.
Here we go, green flag. Lane with a decent jump from a push from the 52. Dusty Haynes making his way back up into the top 5.
McCabe got a good start, and as you said, he'll probably be able to. Will we be able to hold on to it or not? Oh.
Yeah, it looks like he is able to hold on. But we have another caution.
Shoot.
Harris and Lynch.
Well, that'll be just about it for Lynch then.
Oh, Marion involved. I think it has something to do with Marion.
Holy smokes, cars going everywhere.
No, Dustin Haynes. Dustin Haynes getting loose down into Marion, causing a huge stack up there. Harris, Lynch, Haynes, Marion all involved. Maybe a couple other drivers as well. Looks like the 87 is slowing down for some reason. Lane dropping back. What is he doing? Lane, Campbell, and McCabe still have not pitted yet.
I think there might be another. I think Lynch might be out.
Really? Yeah, that's Lynch. Lynch. I don't have a camera feed on Lynch anymore.
Yeah, I was just going to him.
A lot
So
of drivers coming back down too.
Out of the 4 cars that are out, 3 of them are skid mark cars.
Jeez, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, Lynch, Goldman, and Burrow. And I think Menchaca's been in a couple of things as well. So, yeah. And Elliott.
Minchaka able to recover. He's still in the top 10. That's going to give the lead to Openchowski. Malone is going to be right there behind Openchowski. Looks like Openchowski only taken 2 tires on the last pit 8 laps ago, but everybody behind Openchowski pitted 4 laps ago. So he's definitely going to have a disadvantage.
Yeah, 109 laps. So there's going to be 39 laps to go when we go green. So you would think that you want to have 2 sets left up your sleeve. How many laps are they getting per fuel run? Are they getting like 24?
I would say anywhere between 24 to 28.
Okay. So they got 2 stops left if it goes green. 2 stops. 1 stop left. So yeah, 1 more second. Can we touch base with the officials and see what they say about that last caution?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, Jamie up in the booth.
Hey.
How we doing tonight in race control?
Great, how are you?
Good,
Doing
good.
well.
Did we get a claim for that last caution? It looked like Haynes might have got a little loose there, but not sure really what happened.
Haynes did go ahead and claim that one.
Okay, and just curious, did we get a claim for the caution on that restart?
Don't believe we did. No, we did not.
All right, so that's going to be controversial right there. Thank you so much, guys, and good luck up here. We're going back green flag racing.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so a little bit of insight on that last caution. Haynes did wind up claiming that. He got loose and went down into another car. But we also, like I called it, we did not get a claim for that restart caution. Yeah. And another caution comes out. That's going to be Sprouse. Sprouse getting loose up into the 52. Haynes also involved in that, but the 52 and 17 look like they took most of the brunt of the damage there.
Man, you have to be so careful on that corner with cold tires on that first lap.
Yeah, it is super dangerous.
And I think you're right. The higher you get more speed. By staying a little bit lower in that in that corner. You don't have the speed, but then you don't have the sideways force either. Because you seem to just straight line it a little bit on exit.
Well, that's unfortunate because Obenchowski had a really good jump on that last one.
So I'm looking back in the field a little bit, like there's 30 laps to go. And do I even need to tell you who's sitting around 5th or 6th?
Shane
Because you
Cochran?
can guess. Yeah, yep. Sitting in 4th.
No, I did not have to guess that at all.
Yeah, pretty easy guess. A few guys, a few takers on the pits. Elliott coming in.
Quite a few takers, actually.
Yeah. I think that was Elliott I saw. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we underestimated the fuel run. But do you really think they're going to have 35 laps on those, on the fuel? I don't know.
You know, it's probably a wise move because if there happens to be a couple more cautions, they could get close. Bit of drafting, bit of saving. If you're in the back, you got to do something. So
Well, I know out there in the truck race, Craighead was trying to save as much gas as possible, but you would have had to save 6 laps. He was staying behind me to try to save that fuel, but I knew it wasn't possible, so I just kept the pedal to the metal.
yeah, you guys were flying away. So so much for saving fuel because you were pulling away from us. I remember going around a couple laps, going, "Oh, he's only just up the road. Oh, now he's a long way up the road. Oh my gosh."
Yeah, at one point, me and Craighead, I believe, were 3 seconds ahead of the field.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I was back there, rubbing shoulders with the guys, and it was a great race in the truck series. I think every single truck driver had it really enjoyed that race. Probably the race of the season for everybody, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely in competition, but I think Kentucky will have to take that trophy. Kentucky, everybody killed it at Kentucky. It was a really great race. If anybody in the chat has not watched Kentucky, go back and watch it. Super incredible race. I also took second place there too. Luckily enough, I don't know how I was able to take. I've been doing pretty good in the playoff stint for the truck races, so I've gotten quite lucky.
Cochran did an amazing job on the broadcast, as he always does, and to do it all by himself is pretty good. I mean, you do a great job as well by yourself. But...
Well, I got an incredible partner up here helping me out, so that definitely is credit to you. But I mean, the way he does the broadcast is phenomenal. It's hard to keep up with him.
Yep, I enjoy the looking back at it. So we're coming to turn 4 here. Pace car pulls down. Looks like it nearly took the nose off Obenchowski. Somebody's out of line there. I think it was Lane.
Obenchowski with another good jump. Malone is not going to let him get away. Ooh, heck of a move right there by Logan Wilson in 76. Let's go back.
Good stop by Bruce. Bruce took 4th position there. We've got Cochran rounding out the top 5.
Malone is the only one that took 4 tires out of the top 4 right now. Everybody else took 2 tires. Wilson with another 2-tire stop. Incredible.
So Logan gave the wall a little love tap then. Coming out of 4.
Yeah, I seen it. It looked like the car got a little from under him.
Yeah, and I think I just saw Lane going around the top of Wilson just then, or at least trying. Looks like Lane has that spot there now.
Looks like Malone is right there behind Openchowski, not letting him get anywhere.
The 32 of Menchaca. My buddy Menchaca is up to 5th. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great to see him up there in the top 5, man. Cochran losing a spot to him off of that restart. Openchowski crosses over Malone. Malone now in the lead. But that doesn't mean a whole lot right now because Openchowski is going to come back right here. From the top, from 1st to 5th, we're looking at maybe 0.5. Openchowski still side by side out there with Malone. Incredible work by those two.
I don't think Malone likes that top lane as much
No.
as he likes that bottom lane.
Wilson rides the wall. Did you see that?
Yeah, I thought that was illegal.
Well, if it's on accident, yeah, I guess you're all right. But man, those top 2 are still side by side. You'd figure Malone would be pulling away with 4 tires, but man, I'm thinking the 2-tire stop is viable. Cause man, look at that. He's just right there with him, and he's gaining.
Yeah, but look at that, Malone. So we see a weakness there on Malone. Don't give him the bottom.
Yeah, he does not like that top side whatsoever.
And that's funny because he's normally so quick around the top.
Well, they're still side by side. But that does give the advantage to Malone, allowing him to go down low. Openchowski catching up really fast.
Looks like Cochran got around Menchaca, so Menchaca's dropped back to 6th and Cochran's up to 5th.
I'm wondering if Logan Wilson caught any damage riding that wall like that.
He's got a good drive right now on lane.
Yeah, that's going to give him the advantage. He's going to go ahead and take 3rd place away from our lane.
Yeah, Logan's pushing pretty hard right now. Looks like he might be on the back of Openchowski here in maybe a lap. He's drafting him already.
If you're Openchowski, are you hoping for that next? Oh! Looks like Lane up into the outside wall really hard.
Yeah, I think he had to check up because the 2 cars in front of him slowed up just a little bit.
That's going to give the advantage to Shane Cochran. Cochran up to 4th.
That's a smart move by Logan there. I think what Logan was thinking, look, I can't catch him by myself. But the 2 of us, Openchowski and myself, can catch him. Because he could have taken Openchowski there. And I hope I'm saying Openchowski's right name.
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Name right. Okay, good.
Just an absolute incredible race so far.
You see Justin Harris just dropped to the inside on Menchaca and got that spot.
Berkmeyer also looking on the inside of Menchaca, seeing if he can take that spot away. Menchaca does fall back to 7th place. Berkmeyer and Menchaca side by side.
Yeah, great racing.
Nobody giving an inch out there. And me, I'm known. If you get on my inside, I am holding you down there. You are not coming up. That is one of my signature moves.
I'm gonna need to remember that. Yeah.
Well, I was even in the truck race. I was trying so hard to keep. Oh, who was it?
Thompson.
Thompson. That's right, Knox Thompson. I was trying so hard to just keep him up as high as I could. He kept riding that outside. I was just trying to keep him up against the wall so he couldn't come down at all.
And Knox won on Tuesday night, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Beat me by 0.2.
Yeah.
I was upset.
Who came in third? I can't remember who came in third now.
That is a good question.
Looks like Hunter got around Menchaca there. Menchaca might have only taken 2 tires. So we have 25 to go.
Yeah, not a lot of racing left here for the MADD Drive to 0300 at Michigan THDesign Cup Series race. These guys have done an incredible job. Oh, and as we say that, that brings out our next caution. It looks like Jay Marion is around on the backstretch.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was just looking at the gap and Openchowski had run down Malone. So
Really?
yeah, so that was interesting there. I'm not sure if Openchowski got a good run or whether Malone got into the wall a little bit and cost himself half a second. But he was right on his tail.
Well, it looks like Marion did something very similar that Barrow did. Nowhere to go for Ellswick, unfortunately involved in that crash.
Well, it doesn't look like he came out with much damage, Ellswick.
No.
It looks like he got pretty lucky. Which is important because he's fighting Lynch and whoever else for second in the championship.
Well, and also what that's going to do is that's going to give these guys the pit stop they need to make it to the end of this race.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, okay, so what about the guys that pitted earlier? Elliott and those guys, will they be able to make it now? If I'm Elliott, I'm trying.
If I'm anybody on the track, I'm coming in right now. No matter what,
Are you really?
I'm coming in, fresh tires, full fuel. I'm making it to the end. I don't want to have to worry about pitting again. And it looks like everybody is doing that.
You're probably right.
Sprouse not coming in, though. But Sprouse is maybe a couple laps down. Maybe 3 laps down. 4?
I'm not sure. I thought he was on the lead lap, but maybe I'm wrong. Definitely some heavy. Is that cloud cover or is that kind of looks a little smoky there today? At least from the blimp angle. So we got Logan Wilson came out. Looks like Logan got out first, followed by Lane, Elliott, and Openchowski. Malone in 5th. Cochran in 7th,
Well,
Harris in 6th.
interesting enough, Wilson, Lane, and Elliott all taking 2 tires once again. But yeah, it looks like it's really foggy out, don't it?
It's weird. It's foggy, but I think there's, yeah.
A lot of fog out there. This is the first race where we've seen actual precipitation on the track.
Might have to break out the wipers.
Oh, we're gonna red flag it if that happens.
Might need to tell the boys where the switch is.
With only 21 laps to go after this restart, are those tires going to be enough to battle off those guys behind them? Because Openchowski took 4 and Malone took 4. Openchowski is definitely making the smart decision with Malone.
What a great jump in the pits by Elliott. He's sitting in 3rd now.
It's so foggy, I had to come off of the drone camera.
I'm looking at it on the blimp here, and I'm like, man, I'm finding it really hard to see these cars.
Yeah, it's not just your eyes, it's definitely foggy out. And with all that cloud cover. Here we go, pace cars off. Look at those lines, they're split up. Who's going to take it? It looks like the 76 has the jump on our lane, which gives the advantage to the inside line. Richard Elliott and Malone both getting on the inside of our lane right there. They're going to go ahead and make that pass, but Malone taking advantage and getting in front of Elliott. It looks like 1 and 2 are much foggier than 3 and 4 as well.
Oh, we have a couple cars around. In about 5th spot backwards.
Let's go ahead and take a look. It looks like it has something to do with McCabe. Campbell is now off the track. Something must have happened. Man, why can't these guys keep it together for the last part of this race? Looks like Lane got involved into something up front that caused these guys to try to avoid it. Now Menchaca into Berkmeyer. Two crashes simultaneously. Was that Ellswick?
36.
No. It wasn't Ellswick. Was it Openchowski?
Nope.
It was. Oh, our lane got... Yeah, our lane got... He went sideways and got up into Openchowski, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a whole lot of damage from Openchowski. But let's go ahead and watch from Menchaca's angle because Menchaca had an issue. Yeah, the 95 of Berkmeyer and Menchaca get together.
Yeah, it looked like Hunter came down.
It does, yeah, because Menchaca's holding his line pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Just too tight.
Doesn't look like Berkmeyer hit anything, though.
And it looks like Menchaca got away with it. He didn't get any damage out of that, I don't think.
No, I don't think he did. But Openchowski now down into pit lane.
I just went to the standard playback of TV2, and man, look, it looks very unusual with that much fog.
I know. It is. It's incredible. I've never seen it like this before.
I haven't either. This should have been the Halloween race.
I agree. I agree.
Lights are still on the pace car. We have 19 to go. $18 to go now.
But that's our lane's like third incident, I think, right there. He's still out on the track.
Top 10 with Logan Wilson, Jacob Malone, Richard Elliott, Shane Cochran, Menchaca, Justin Harris, Darren Bruce, Caleb Ellswick, Brad Wilson, and is it Josh McCabe?
The 35 is I want to say
Josh?
Jason. No, the
Jason,
35
okay.
is Josh.
Okay.
No?
Thank you,
Is it?
Josh. Sorry about that if I
Yeah,
messed it up.
it's definitely Josh. No, it's Jason.
Jason.
35 is Jason McCabe. 36 is Josh. I'm constantly getting those guys mixed up. Because we run the league off of dot first initial dot last name. It's so hard.
I know. So lights are off in the pace car. I don't want to say that again until the end of the race.
I agree. We do not want to see that pace car until this race is over. Here we go. 18 laps. Malone and Wilson. Two IT and out drivers that are still ready to go. Wilson with a good jump right there on Malone. Green flag is out.
Cochran is a little bit slow on his jump there. Oh, he's got some pace there, though. Ooh, this is where it gets sketchy.
Harris and Cochran just battling.
I know.
Harris falling out a little bit, though. That leaves Cochran to jump on the inside of Richard Elliott. I can barely see these cars.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Once they come down the
TV2
front
is-
stretch, we're good. But towards 3 and 4 is just, wow.
So like Logan and Jacob going for it up front.
Yeah, it does look
We
like
have,
Malone takes it from him.
He does, but they've been trading spots backwards and forwards the whole entire time. Logan's really trying to take it to him.
Keep in mind, them being teammates, I'm pretty sure they practiced together.
Yeah, I don't think Jacob has the long run health in his tire that Logan does.
No, as
But-
we've seen earlier.
Logan took 2, didn't he, last stop though?
He did. Yeah, he did.
Yep. 15 to go. And I think I saw Harris just get up the inside of Cochran just then.
Sprouse and the 35 McCabe down on the inside of Menchaca.
Great move, Logan. Logan takes Jacob.
Wow. Logan Wilson up front again tonight. Putting a little distance between him and Malone as well.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened, but I think Malone must have touched something.
Yeah, he
He's
probably
got-
had to check up.
Yeah, he dropped back half a second or something. Really good race for second and third now. Cochran goes high.
Oh,
May have the run coming off turn 4 here. Not quite.
yeah, if I was Cochran, I definitely would have tried to push that inside of the 7 of Harris. But he's probably trying to save those tires for the last 13 laps.
And I think what Logan's finding right now is that it's hard to get away. Because even if you're quicker than the car behind's got the draft. He's got the draft and a little push from Harris as well.
Well, and if that's your teammate, are you letting him have it, or you trying to get that win for yourself?
I don't think Malone will get it for the win to his teammate. I think Malone's going for it. Logan's going to have to take it. It won't be given to him.
Yeah, I agree. Malone cutting that distance in half just now.
And don't get me wrong, I don't blame Malone for doing that at all. That's the way we all want to race.
I don't know. It looks like he just slowed down.
Yeah.
I mean, Malone is in no need for the win, but he is going to be on the inside of the 76. A little bit of a slide job.
Slide job.
Holy moly. 76 getting loose right there. A little bit of that dirty air.
Hey guys, your teammates. But now that's actually left Logan back into the clutches of Justin Harris.
Me and Barrow, when we were on a team, we had this discussion several times. When it comes to the last few laps of a race, I don't have any teammates left.
Yeah. The gloves are off. Harris to the inside here. Harris is going to have a good run here at Logan.
Yeah, Logan's going to have to defend that spot, which him fighting with Harris is going to give the advantage to Malone. Wilson still using that high line. Harris just not able to get it done. Wilson catching back up to Malone again.
I know.
Holy crap, that was a hell of a run.
9 to go. There'll be 8 to go at the flag.
Cochran's still peeking his nose back there. He's looking to take another podium this week. Maybe possibly a win if something happens. McCabe and Sprouse also fighting back there for, looks like 6th and 7th. Or 7th and 8th.
Top 10 is Malone, Wilson, Harris, Cochran, Elliott, Bruce, Sprouse, McCabe, Reggie, Birkmeyer.
Only 8 laps left for the MADD Drive to Zero 300 here at Michigan for the THDesigns Cup Series. Once again, thank you all for being here. This is going to be an exciting finish.
Logan needs a bit of a push from Justin Harris to get up there.
Yeah, he's losing a little bit of time there to Malone.
Yep, Malone's doing a great job right now.
Again, Malone is the only one on 4 tires.
Last lap from Malone was the 38.4. That's the quickest. He's the quickest person on track at the moment.
Fastest 5 last lap. Actually, our lane had taken the last lap with 38.22. Malone was right behind him with a 38.32. Let's see who's taking the fastest lap of the race. Justin Harris taking the fastest lap away from Shane Cochran. Then Malone in third, our Lane, and then Bruce.
So with 6 to go, I just saw that gap drop down to 0.3, and then it bounced straight up to 0.5.
Man, we've had a lot of lap leaders in this race. Malone, Wilson, Bruce, Openchowski, Birkmeyer, Lane, Campbell, and Lynch all leading laps.
And we have Harris and Cochran fighting over third at the moment.
You know Cochran wants that podium. Looks like he might get it.
While those guys fight over third, that'll take some of the push that Logan was getting off the front of Harris away. So he's going to struggle, I think, to catch Malone now.
4 to go. Unless something crazy happens, Malone is now 0.5 in front of Wilson.
And Bruce just got past Cochran. Bruce into fourth.
Oh, they're going to be side by side. Bruce gets it done right there, coming out of 3 and 4. They're still side by side. Cochran not giving it up easy.
3 to go.
Cochran's going to hold him down there. Cochran's probably going to get the run off this backstretch. No, they're still side by side. Yep.
Yeah,
Bruce had to check up right there.
Yeah, that brings Elliott into the mix, though, man.
Oh, still side by side with Cochran and Bruce.
Elliott's loving this.
2 to go.
Got Malone out front still, followed by Logan Wilson with Justin Harris all over the back of Logan.
Looks like Logan was able to cut that gap down by 0.1. The battle right here is between Cochran and Bruce.
Okay, and Jacob takes the white flag here now. The interest there is for Harris. Can he get onto the back of Wilson for the final podium spot? Bruce looks like he has... Oh, no.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's a fight for fourth and fifth.
It looks like Cochran with a little bit of the advantage right there coming into the last turn.
Malone, great job. Here he exit 4. And that's a great win by Malone. Good job, buddy.
Congratulations.
By Logan Wilson, Justin Harris. And it looks like Shane Cochran got 4th over Darren Bruce and Richard Elliott, followed by Sprouse, McCabe, Lane, and Reggie Evans running out the top 10.
Well, good job by these guys. Congratulations to all the drivers that came out here tonight. Thank you all for coming out to watch. We'll be right back with your driver interviews. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with your podium drivers, Malone, Wilson, and Harris. Once again, thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and start off with our P1 driver coming out for race 14, season 8 for the THDesigns Cup Series, taking home the win for the MADD Drive to Zero 300 here at Michigan. Thank you for coming out. How does it feel?
It's pretty good. It's nice to get another one here in the playoffs. Worked a lot with my team. We see Logan up here of course, which is good, but we had some unfortunate things happen to Boone, for instance, who's a great asset to our team, of course, and it was sad to see. I'm glad I came out here and won. Propels me in points even further. The goal is to lock out the championship as much as possible before the last race, and I think I've done what I can. Yeah.
Well,
Jacob, great effort there tonight. It looked like you didn't quite have the same pace over the really, really long stints. And it looks like the second question I had for you was, it looked like you really liked the low line rather than the high line.
Yeah, I preferred the inside. I felt like I had the best long run speed though.
Okay.
That's where I was able to make my moves and go forward and kind of pull away. You can't really pull away that much here due to the draft and how important it is. But like a lot of like stage 2's end was just managing tire temps in case if someone with new tires was coming. Because not taking tires was just constant. Stage 1 didn't take tires under green, throughout it, or stage 2 until like the actual stage yellows. Had a little pee break at the end of stage 1, so that's why I fell to the back. Had to go, but we recovered.
That's funny. Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I guess when nature calls, you don't have a choice, but congratulations either way, coming out with another one here. Nothing more than exciting tonight. A few more cautions than we wanted to see, but that made it even more exciting to watch the restarts. Had a problem on one of the restarts, but you guys were a little bit in front of that. Thank goodness that it didn't cause any issues with you or your car, but yeah, congratulations. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
I'd like to thank my team, IT and Out. It's been awesome racing with them. They've propelled me a lot so far. I also want to give a shout out to anyone in the chat who's rooting for me. Oh, of course, my parents as well. They're always there for me. They're great big help. So I just want to shout those out there who support me.
Awesome. Well, congratulations once again, and we'll look forward to seeing you out at Milwaukee next week.
Thank you, man. Thank you for putting this together.
Absolutely. All right. Second place. Congratulations goes to Logan Wilson with a hell of a lot of speed tonight, leading a whole bunch of laps out here. Must have done a lot of practice to come out here and run like that, especially on those 2-tire stints. It seemed like every time you pitted, you were taking 2 tires, man. How does it feel to come out?
Feels nice to have a good pit today. Just a good points day. Just about every single time pitting, I would only take either left sides or I was taking right sides, and I just found it was much faster to have fresh tires and track position, and that was my best way of doing it.
Well, it looked like you were able to hold on to that, thank God. Congratulations. We'll go ahead and leave it to Kieran. Kieran, what you got for him?
Yeah, Logan, you were running Malone down there for a bit. I thought you were going to get on to the back of him. Was it the 2 tires that held you back, just that last little tenth that you couldn't quite get there? And the second question in that was, man, you guys were pretty tight there a couple of times in the last few laps. So yeah.
Yeah, we were a bit tight, but at that point, I was like, I could go for the win, but I already know Malone's pretty much got the season locked out, so it's like, it's a bit of 5 points versus I've got a secured second and just kind of defended. Yeah. And right at the end there, I was seeing what I had and what I could push to get without stepping over.
Yep.
I might have been able to get him had I tried to do it about 5 laps earlier, but I'm just happy to finish second as well as a good finishing place in stage 1 and stage 2.
Yeah, congratulations, mate. Good points, Hall.
Absolutely. And again, amazing speed on those two tires. We seen every time you only took those two, but you were still able to maintain that speed. Congratulations, man. And is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Want to thank the team IT out for doing a bit of practice the night before, as well as usually throughout the week prior. It's much better to practice with more people, both to get practice in this dirty air of a car, and it's much more enjoyable to practice with others. And want to thank Elswick for making these Veteran Day paint schemes. That it's a bit different look for today.
No, they
Yeah,
looked
they
great.
really, they looked amazing. Absolutely amazing. You guys looked absolutely amazing when the 3 or 4 of you guys were up front. Just absolutely amazing.
Well, and hell of a dedication to our veterans, man. We really appreciate that. Obviously, it's not Veterans Day, but coming out here as close to Veterans Day as you guys could and running those paint jobs, it's a great dedication to our United States military, and we really appreciate that. All right. Well, thank you so much, Harris, and we look forward to seeing you out at Milwaukee. Or Wilson, I said Harris. I was thinking of the next interview. My bad. But yeah, we look forward to seeing you out here in Milwaukee. Yeah. All right, guys. Last but never least is going to be Justin Harris coming out in the number 7, able to get it done at the end of the race. Couple incidents in the beginning, but you were able to recover. Good job out there. How's it feel to be out here at Michigan today?
Yeah, it's a wild ride. I didn't know how I was gonna do. Had a lot of bad luck there, and to be honest with you, I don't know how I pulled out third.
Yeah, Justin, I was really impressed how you fought back through the field. Really enjoyed you. I think you were on the lower side of Jacob, holding him high, and I thought you were going to be able to get away, but he ducked down back underneath you to pass you there. But man, really great race. Tell us how you came back through the field.
Yeah, I was trying to stay out of accidents all night because I had a really bad week last week, and I think I found every single one of them. But we used the fast repair and fixed the car, I think, twice. But I don't know. I went to the high line. I was on the low line all night, and that didn't work. So moved up a little bit, and she got me up there.
That Highline has some really good speed. Like, not only does it have great speed coming off 2, but it really sets you up pretty well for the entry to 3. Is that what you found in the Cup car as well?
Yeah, and I think the dirty air was crazy tonight. So
Right.
really just trying to get higher than middle was what I was thinking. Low line wasn't working, so that's all I could really focus on.
Great job, man.
Appreciate it.
Well, we've seen you out there battling it out with Shane Cochran, GEC's very own ninja. Just very hard to get in front of him. You guys did an incredible job of maintaining your speed and just barely edging out the 86. Great job tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Yeah, shout out to MADD for watching tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. And then we've got Team Outlaw, of course, for always supporting us. And then you guys for putting on a great show.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else does too. Thank you so much for coming out. We look forward to seeing you out at Milwaukee next week.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And thank you all for showing up tonight, and anybody that's watching the post-race. We appreciate each and every one of you, all the drivers that came out tonight, GEC eNASCAR, THDesign Cup Series. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we will see you out here at Milwaukee next week for the last race of the season, our championship race. Thank you all again, and we'll see you next time.